Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host AMF1534 here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Gran Turismo 2. And we're moving along again in the middle of the old endurance race that we're just really wanting to get done with at this juncture. We got 10 laps left to go. I mean, after we're done with that, then we are pretty much out in the clear, and then we can go back to Nationals. All the good old-fashioned butt-slapping fun of Nationals. And that'll be that. And the part that sucks, and I don't want to say it because I know that as soon as I say it, something bad's going to happen. It has nothing to do with the game, so I mean, it's not like the other times where I talk about me doing things and then they go horribly wrong because I said it. So I'm hoping that maybe that logic will, not apply here because I'm going to say something bad. I'm going to hope that it doesn't happen because of the fact that I said it, but let's go with that and see what it says. Into the wall. I got a really bad feeling that I'm going to start getting sick really soon. And I've actually been able to stave it off for a long time, but I mean then we like weigh out the options here and then realize what the hell's going on here with my odds. My mom's been really sick with like this weird like bronchial flu thing for like 2 weeks. My dad just started getting it. Like 4 of my coworkers have it now. So it's like, I think, and like, half of my customers all have it, and so it's like inevitably it's gonna end up happening to me. It's just what it's gonna happen. Like, I can't fight it off for too much longer, especially with the known idea that I have, I had like all those late nights this weekend. It's gonna be just really bad. I'm gonna end up, getting the suds, and then Dr. Patrick is gonna have to come try to save my life by, plugging all the holes in my spongy body, which doesn't work, by the way. Filling my body with a bunch of corks really isn't going to do it. He is in my care as of today. Well, alright, Dr. Patrick, we've got a special treatment for you, too. But, yeah, it's not going to be, it's going to be bad. And, for me, I'm really good about not getting sick, ever, really. I mean, the only times I ever do get sick, it always ends up being, like, horrifically bad. But I've actually, this year so far, I've been able to stave off getting sick, I think, at all. So, I mean, 6 months without getting sick, that's pretty damn good. But I think that I am starting to succumb to the elements of a mixture of me not sleeping enough, so being run down, and then being exposed to way too many other people that have it already, and so it's bad. I can just feel my throat, and that's always like the telltale sign for me, is that the throat starts getting all sandpapery, and then my nose starts getting all starts percolating like a damn coffee maker, because that's what we need. And then after that, then just everything else goes down to freaking purgatory. So I got my fingers crossed, I got my toes crossed, I got my balls crossed, which is weird and seemingly kind of impossible, but not really. But who would ever do that? Because it's really awkward to think about. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. I'm hoping for the best here, because I've got a lot of shit I got to get done this week, and I would rather not be morbidly sick while I'm doing that. So that's what's going on. In other news, of which, most of you probably won't care about this, but the Heat are winning, and that's awesome because they're going to the finals against the Spurs, who I hate, and so I hope that there is redemption in that category of LeBron not getting completely destroyed in the finals against them. So that'd be cool. And then the White Sox are playing the Mariners, of which I'm sure they're probably going to lose because they've already lost like 7 games in a row, so why not keep the trend moving while you have the opportunity. And then the Ducks are in the College World Series, even though they're playing against Rice. Yes, there is a college named Rice. They do exist, and they're kicking the absolute crap out of my team right now, which is really bad. Because if they lose this game, they don't get to go any further in the playoffs, and then I'm going to have to hear all the douchebags that are fans of Oregon State down the road talking about how they're better, even though they're not. I mean, they are at baseball, but I don't really care because we're better than them at all the other sports that are more important, so it's cool. But what do you do? Nobody can ever use that excuse, though. And it's like, oh, you can't blame it on that, because that's just a dumb excuse. Like, well, yes, it is. I mean, yes, I am doing that prototypical, oh, we're better than you at other things thing, but in the raw irony of things, the team that we had to play against in the tournament was better than the team that they had to play against in their side of the tournament, because Rice is definitely a national power, whereas the team that they played against barely was over 500, so they don't really have any room to talk. So there's that. But this is definitely Oregon's fault, though. They squandered that one out big time. You can't give up a 3-run inside the park home run in the first inning. It is just not acceptable. However, they're clawing back a little bit, I think. That's what they were doing earlier, so I hope that keeps up, but whatever. In the meantime, oh boy, wow, that was like the best turn I've ever done in my life on accident. That was great. However, can't do it twice in a row. I totally purposefully tried to see if I could execute that turn twice in a row, but it did not work. So I'm thinking, when we get down to the bottom of the old hill ski here, we're gonna go jump into the pits one more time, and then we'll ride it out for the last 7 laps with a new set of tires. Whoop. Ouch. I mean, imagine if they would have actually calculated like real-time damage with that. I mean, my car would have totally like exploded because I was going like 120 miles an hour. But like if we were playing Burnout right now, that cinematic for my car's complete and utter destruction would have been hilariously awesome to look at. See what I'm saying? It's gonna get bad. I mean, I better start taking a bunch of supplements now. Thank God I work in a health food store. But it may be too late. I hope not, because that would be bad, but, you know. Ah! Because my car's possessed by the demon of Fix-A-Tire. There we go. Sweet. Sweet. Great, grand, wonderful, no yelling on the bus. Spanish Armada. 1562. That is correct. I'm kind of debating right now whether I want to actually, like, keep this recording going until I finish these last 6 laps or not. I kind of want to, just because I don't want to have to do another video of this race. I just want it to be out of the way, because I know how much you guys just absolutely adore these races. I know that everybody is just jumping up and down in their minds and their balls on, you know, oh my god, I can't wait for Adam to put up another endurance race video. That's going to be so much fun. I just can't wait to get home from school, work, nothing, just so I can see another riveting episode of Adam doing another endurance race that we've already seen 34 laps of. I just can't wait. I know, right? It's the best thing there is in this game. Nothing screams excitement like 40 laps of the same race. I mean, yeah. That is something that you write home about when you don't live in the same place as your family. Family. You call this, and that over there. Family. Okay. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, we only have 5 more laps. So actually, yeah, we can get it done in a timely fashion. Hey, I already saw you earlier, and I'm passing you again for like the umpteenth time. Ooh, boy. There we go. I mean, I'm debating on whether after this is over, whether I... oh, dude, yes, I can smell like pork chops slash chicken slash... Whoa, that was awesome. Double donuts of doom. Dude, that was awesome, and that was totally... I don't even know what even happened there, but it was totally cool, so I'm not even mad about it. That was the most visually impressive thing that's probably happened in this entire series so far. I just did like a straight up like 720. That was awesome. Speaking of 720, does anybody remember like the original? I don't know whether it came out on Game Boy first or if it came out on NES first. I'm gonna imagine probably NES. But the game 720. Does anybody remember that game at all? I mean, that was a pretty cool game. Kind of, you know, it's like one of those kind of isometric overhead style view skateboarding, you know, go to this area and then do what they tell you type of thing. And then but when you're like out on the main map thing, I'm pretty sure that they only give you like a certain time period. God, stop swerving around like an idiot. They only give you like a certain time period to like figure out what the hell you're doing with your life before like the time runs out, and then this, you know, ominous voice does the skate or die thing. God, Why is this happening right now? I'm sitting here able to drive around perfectly fine with these, bummy ass worn out tires, and now that I go get a brand new pair, now I'm flipping around like a wingnut. Can't figure that one out for the life of me. Anywho, yeah, that game was awesome. It was really, really hard though. I mean, there's obviously only so many things that you can do on a regular, like on a Game Boy, with the 2 buttons and, the lack of options of things to do. But it was actually kind of fun. Like, it was definitely, for a little while, one of my favorite games on the Game Boy. I used to have like this, I almost said gunny sack. Yes, I almost had this gunny sack full of games that I used to play all the time. It was more, actually no, it was even better. I had a fanny pack, a red fanny pack that I used to carry around with me because, this was the 90s and everything. Fanny packs were still like visually acceptable at one point, because they're definitely not now. I mean, people are trying to bring that back as being an acceptable thing, but let's just be honest, it's totally not. And I don't care what people say about that. Fanny packs are not an acceptable accessory to be wearing around in public, unless it's a themed party. If it's a themed party, then you can totally do that, because I definitely did that once at a themed party, and I actually did it at an 80s party, because technically fanny packs I think were kind of around in like the later parts of the 80s too, so it was a cool thing, and I was actually using it to hold my beer, so it was even better. It was like my spare one. It was like, having the extra round in the holster or not in the holster, the extra round in the chamber of the gun just in case. But yeah, so I used to have just like a whole gunny sack. I said a gunny sack again. I didn't have a damn gunny sack. I did not live in the damn Ozark Mountains of whatever state that is. I think it's like Nebraska. I did not live there. I don't know why I keep calling it a gunny sack. I had a fanny pack full of games, of which some of them were like super ass obscure, like 720 or Flipple. Yeah, Flipple. Yeah, look that game up and tell me it wasn't weird. Hey, there we go. Streak for the cash. I probably lost, even though I shouldn't have. Come on, there we go. And I had games like Flipple, and I had, let's see, I had a Tom Clancy game in there, and I had obviously Tetris. I mean, I don't know a single human being that had an original Game Boy with no Tetris. I mean, I think that was like a game that just like came with it almost. I had Super Mario Land. I had Mario Land 6 golden coins. I had, let's see, I had like this NBA basketball deal. I had Play Action Football. I had Tiny Toon Adventures. Oh yeah, I remember that game. That one was awesome. I had, let's see, RC Pro-Am. I remember that one. That game was hard as hell. I actually just recently beat that for the first time ever within the last like 6 months. I just sat down one day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to beat this thing. I have never beat it before. And then I found out that game is actually incredibly easy. And looking back on my 10-year-old self, I'm just sitting here just like shaking my head like, dude, what the hell was it so hard for you to beat that for? The game's easy as shit. But again, that's my life struggle with things. 2 laps to go, by the way. 2 laps remaining. Yep. Of course. You go slow and it happens anyways. There we go. Everything's alright. The best part about this is that we've been in no immediate danger of being out of first place. Like, since like the 4th or 5th lap or whatever it was back in like the first video where we had the lead and then it like seemingly went away and the guy was like totally kicking our ass for a few minutes, and then we like closed the entire gap in less than 1 lap. We're like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm still noticeably better than all of you. And by noticeably, I mean like it's not even fair. Like, it's almost worth crying over for those other drivers. The one of them's just like totally sobbing it up right now. He's like, oh my god, this is not even fair. My dad told me that I'd be better than this if I just believed in myself. I don't even deserve to live! And then he's going to blow his head off in the car and he's going to crash into the wall. And then his car's going to blow up and his ghost is going to haunt me forever. And thus, a creepypasta was born. But I don't even know what kind of name I'd have for it. Oh boy. Yeah, I watched this awesome video because, like, I don't really know a whole lot about creepypastas with the exception of, like, Slender Man and let's see. I've heard about, what the hell is it? Oh, damn it, I don't know. There's a few other ones out there that I've heard of before. Like the SCP blah-bitty blah-bitty blah that they made like a low-key Flash game out of. I had heard of that one before. And there were some other ones that I'd heard of too, but I saw this video on YouTube that had like a whole bunch of like non-gaming related creepypastas that a couple of them were actually pretty damn good. I was actually quite pleased with it. But I'm sure that there are just as many awesome ones as there are probably a bunch of really, really, really bad ones. But yeah, I went on like a crazy ass streak last night of watching YouTube videos about stuff. Like I had somebody that hit me up on YouTube or on Facebook actually the other day, and they asked me if I was gonna do any like really, really bad games like on purpose. Just like, you know, look out there for like some games that just suck total butt sack. Butt sack. Yes, because everybody knows that people have butt sacks. That's a new one. But yeah, so people asked me if I was going to do anything like that, and I was like, you know, it would actually be kind of cool to do that, even though I'm sure that it would probably piss me off to no end doing something like that. I mean, I've had games that didn't suck that like literally pissed me off to the point of no return. I.e. like, let's see, there was Skyroads. That game pissed me off, even though I love it to death. And then there was Zombies Ate My Neighbors, which, you know, we all know how that panned out, because I didn't even finish the damn game because I couldn't. The game was just too damn hard. It was so unforgiving that it, like, pretty much became physically impossible for me to win, so I just gave up on it. And then, yeah, there's a few of them out there. But yeah, I contemplated that, and then I was also looking at a guy's, like, top 80, or top 60, like, scary games to play, because, I mean, once I get done with Cry of Fear, there's obviously, like, another Fear game to play, but I was looking for some other options to look at, and I found a list of, like, maybe 10 other ones that I can do, so it's nice to know that I've got, like, some job security in that department, so I'm pretty pumped about that, but I still have to do, like, Max Payne 3 still, and I still have a whole bunch of other games on my list of things to do that I'm still really wanting to get to, but I have to wait until either Cry of Fear is done out of the way, or when I finally get through Crash Bandicoot 3, so we'll kind of address all those when we get there. I'm just glad to know that, you know, there's options here in the spectrum of things. Because this game, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it for you. We got a long ways to go with this still, and I know that after a certain point, people are gonna get pissed about it because we're like, oh my god, this game's so long. But I did give you guys fair warning in the very beginning how long this game was. I mean, I told you in the first episode, within like the first 3 minutes or so, that this was going to be the longest game that I've ever played up to date, and it's gonna be by a very, very considerable margin. Like, my longest series up to this point, I believe, was Super Mario Galaxy 2, which I still, at that point, I think it was only like 70 videos. So I mean, it's not like it was a super long one. I mean, we're sitting on like 60 something with this, and we're only like 35 to 40% done. So I mean, if that puts it into perspective for you at all, we got like another 70 videos of this to go. I'm doing the best that I can. Wow, that Shelby Series 1, that's the guy that came in second, huh? Impressive. I figured that the Viper GTS would have done it, but hey, more power to a Shelby, you know. That's impressive. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, he did a damn good job. I figured that, you know, the Viper, being, you know, the powerful ass sports car that it is, would have totally done it. But hey, what do you do? You know, what do you do? So 150 grand right in the old Johnson. 2 million credits, by the way. I feel like $2 million bucks instead of one, because it's double the pleasure and double the fun. We're gonna do the bunghole with double mint gum. So, oh my god, we got a rally car! Yes! Awesome! So happy for that. That's exactly what I wanted. That is 100% what I was looking for by doing that race. Well, there we go. We have now unlocked rally races as being a viable thing to do. So that's spectacular. However, it's not what we're doing today or next time, because we're still doing nationals. So that's so cool. I'm so happy about that. So we have this stuff we can do. We're not going to do it yet, but it's there. The option is available, my friends. We also have 4 more of those left. So, I mean, we're not going to do them all right now. Obviously, I try to space them out as good as I can. But when we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Gran Turismo 2, we have nationals. Whether it be French, or the UCK, or the German, or the Italian nationals, we'll figure it out. So this is your host AMF1534 saying thank you guys for being patient with this slightly longer episode, and I will see you guys next time. So you take it easy. Hopefully I don't get sick, because I really don't want to have to try to film videos when I'm sick, because you've heard that before. It sounds like absolute travesty hell. So yeah, you guys take it easy. Go Heat, go Ducks, go White Sox. See you later. Bye, guys.